Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Really important information to start the day. This is pretty critical that you know this immediately. Demi Lovato has decided to go back to using she, her as her preferred pronouns.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's imperative to know. Please do not any longer refer to her as they, them. Completely
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
Inappropriate.
It is ma'am.
Yeah, so there you go.
So she realized it was difficult to keep up with the psychoticness that is changing your pronouns.
I guess so. Or she just, as she put it, she just feels more feminine now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there you go. Who knows what will happen tomorrow?
Right. Well, and it's her prerogative, and don't you dare judge. Is. And I expect you to start the show tomorrow with the same news if it changes back.
If it changes, I will. Rest assured, I will. By the way, how's your day going so far? I mean, it's early, yes, but could have been completely screwed up by now.
It's good.
It is good?
Yeah,
it's good.
because now I know that in my communications with
Demi?
Demi
Lovato.
I know to stop doing the they, them thing. I was trying to be
right,
correct, and now...
Good for you. And now you don't have to think about it so much.
Whew, that's a relief.
Because you would probably naturally assume she, her, but you shouldn't, of course. No. It's just that some haters and bigots do. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Pelosi been full of praise and support for Taiwan during her visit that has infuriated China. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi left Taiwan today. They're, 12 hours ahead of us? After pledging solidarity and hailing its democracy, leaving a trail of Chinese anger over her brief visit to the self-ruled island that Beijing claims as its own. They should maybe get with the times. It's been since 1949 that they've done this. So...
And what country is upset with Nancy Pelosi?
That'd be China.
Thank you.
China demonstrated its outrage over the highest level U.S. visit to the island in 25 years with a burst of military activity in surrounding waters, summoning the U.S. ambassador in Beijing and halting several agricultural imports from Taiwan.
Okay.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's how pissed they are.
Wait a minute.
They halted several agricultural imports from Taiwan.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Taiwan doesn't have a lot of room to grow agriculture.
I know. I'm surprised they export anything food-wise, but they do. So
I wonder what that is.
I don't know, but that's a severe punishment. They're going to stop accepting those imports.
Sugar, pineapples, citrus fruits, crude tea.
Crude tea?
You want a sip of this crude tea? And asparagus.
Really?
Exports from Taiwan.
All right.
Wow.
Some of those you might not be surprised by, like sugar, but I didn't know about crude tea.
Mm-hmm. Or asparagus. Citrus fruits. Pineapples.
Be a real shame if, the asparagus crop went sideways this year. That would be terrible.
Not a big fan?
Yeah, it's actually one of the vegetables I can choke down, but no, I'm not a huge fan. Would I rather have something else? Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of like...
Almost anything else? Yes.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you sit down and you order, you don't say, do you have some asparagus on hand today?
You don't. It's not possible that you maybe got an extra shipment in, is it? Because, man, have I been hankering for some asparagus.
Or the asparagus is so good. Is this Taiwanese asparagus? This is good stuff. No,
Yeah, usually you have to go to Taipei to get asparagus this fresh and this good. But I've spoken those words. Never. Here's something kind of interesting. Al-Qaeda's leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri, who we killed over the weekend.
Yeah, we sure did.
Out on his balcony. It's the second time he's been killed, apparently. Or the second time he's died. The first time was back in November of 2020.
Aha!
Apparently, According to, this is an article in the Daily Mail.
Dated November 20th, 2020.
Yeah. Security sources in Pakistan and Afghanistan claimed Ayman al-Zawahiri is dead. Known to be in poor health, he was last heard from in a 9/11 anniversary message. He, of course, replaced bin Laden in 2011 after we offed Osama bin Laden, and he had been the leader ever since. But this says he got sick and died in Pakistan 2 years ago.
So I was right when I said Pakistan. Give it to me. So, no, yeah, that's
interesting,
isn't it? Mm-hmm. So we haven't heard anything from him for a year and a half, and then all of a sudden he turns up dead on a balcony in Afghanistan.
I mean, isn't it a shame we don't know who to believe? The Pakistanis or the Biden administration? I don't know. Equally credible, I would say. I don't. In fact, the Pakistanis may be more credible than the Biden administration.
Yep.
The Pakistanis have never looked at me and said, we are not here. Biden does it every day.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's no credibility in any level of government. And so there you go.
Asthma-related breathing issues. You don't hear of people dying from asthma that often, but apparently...
I don't know that the healthcare in Pakistan is top-notch.
World class?
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That would surprise me if it's not, some of the best in the world.
Some of the best?
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's interesting. Could they have faked an attack on al-Zawahiri just for political purposes? You bet. I would not put that past him.
Biden could use a victory.
Yes. And he'll have that going into the election. Hey, we just killed an al-Qaeda terrorist.
Tough on terror, Joe Biden.
And you might remember I was vice president when Obama did it back in 2011.
Oh, yeah, when he made the hardest decision in
500 years, Keith. Yeah. Should we kill him, or should we kill the guy responsible for the deaths of 3,000 Americans?
Yeah, what did he do again? Who's this guy again?
Yeah, what? And look at that beard. That takes a long time to grow.
Yeah.
That would really set him back if he was dead. And it just seems mean. Should we really do it?
Uh-huh.
And somehow they said, yes, let's go ahead. And they did.
Hard decision.
Yeah. And I'm sure this one was equally difficult if it happened at all. But I would not put it past them one bit to have lied about this in order to boost their sinking approval rating. Who knows? There was a primary election yesterday. Elections all over the country. Kansas had an abortion question on the ballot, and voters in Kansas rejected a proposed state constitutional amendment that would have said there was no right to an abortion in the state. They're the first state to vote on abortion rights since the Supreme Court handed down their decision on Roe v. Wade. So that's interesting. I understand Idaho is being challenged in the court system right now for their ban. They've got essentially a total ban on abortion.
Yep. 10th Amendment need not apply here, I guess.
No.
According to the Department of Justice and Merrick Garland.
Only when it suits their purposes is the 10th Amendment even mentioned as existing. They're the worst. Justice Department suing, though, Idaho. They filed a lawsuit that because Idaho actually outlawed nearly all abortions in the state. So Merrick Garland announced yesterday as well that this will be the first court fight mounted by Biden and the administration after the ruling. In a press conference announcing the new lawsuit, Garland said Idaho's law, which was enacted in 2020, takes effect August 25th, violates the Constitution and is preempted by federal law as in conflict with the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. Okay, here's the thing. Abortion's not in the Constitution, so how could this violate the Constitution? The Justice Department is asking a federal district court in Idaho to invalidate the so-called trigger law and block the state from enforcing it against medical providers. Do they have the exception for a woman's life endangerment in that bill, I wonder? In that Idaho law? We'll have to look into that. Also in Britain, this guy's apparently being arrested for posting an offensive meme.
Yeah, can we see the meme that has him in trouble in Britain? There it is. He's arranged the trans flag.
Uh-oh.
And now it looks like a swastika. And so...
How dare he?
Right. And in
how
Britain...
How dare he?
Absolutely, how dare he.
So that's a crime.
Apparently, because they showed up and listened to the cops explain it to him.
All right.
No. The Hampshire police would realise how ridiculous this is. It is. Good. I'm glad to come to this.
What did it need to come to?
Tell us why you escalated it to this level. Because I don't understand. I posted something that he posted. You come to arrest me. You don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why am I in cuffs? Because of something that he shared and I shared.
Because someone has been caused, obviously, anxiety based upon your social media page.
So
that's
not
why
his.
you've been arrested.
There you go. There you go.
That
Someone
is unbelievable.
Yeah, you caused anxiety to someone based on what you posted. Anxiety police.
Is there an anxiety clause in the Magna Carta now that I wasn't aware of? Because I don't remember that from 1215. It's been a while since I've read the Magna Carta. But you can't be made to feel anxiety without somebody being arrested, I guess.
Go arrest him. I'm offended.
That is incredible. This is supposedly a free country with supposedly some form of free speech. I don't think anybody's in the world is as generous as ours, but
yeah.
I mean, come on. Yeah, well, as generous as ours used to be or should be. But wow, that is absolutely amazing. I've never seen the like of that. Canada and Great Britain are just becoming
they've fallen.
Fascistic states.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. When summer starts to wind down, fall can get a bit chaotic, but Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery makes it easy to stay on top of a busy schedule while sticking to my goals. I love this. Just discovered Factor, and it is the perfect meal solution for an on-the-go lifestyle. Whether it's a quick lunch at my desk between meetings or a fully prepared dinner that I didn't have to shop for, and it tastes delicious. Right. And it also breaks the cycle of eating the same thing virtually every day, which I was kind of into until Factor. Factor makes lunch and dinner on busy days a total breeze. Their fresh, never frozen meals are delivered ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes. So I can fuel up really fast and get on with my day. Factor's new Protein Plus preference makes it easy to power up with deliciously satisfying meals with 30 grams of protein or more. When things get extra busy, Factor is flexible. Change up your order every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week. Or you can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime.
Oh, that's convenient.
Really is. And these show up in these boxes, and you think, wow, it's hot outside, so what's this going to look like? It was completely intact. My order was absolutely pristine, and the dry ice hadn't melted. They have this really good delivery system, and it really works to keep your food fresh. Head to go.factor75.com. Wow. Go.factor75.com/Pat130.
You got all that? Write it down, y'all.
That easy.
Sparks are flying off pins everywhere. Go.factor75.com/Pat130.
Thank you. Yes. Use the promo code Pat130 to get $130 off 6 boxes.
Oh, I thought it was just some random 130.
Wow.
$130 off?
That's fantastic. That's code Pat130 at, might want to jot this down, go.factor75.com/Pat130.
Yeah.
For $130 off.
I just want to...
Maybe you just Google Factor.
Honestly, I want to make this purchase just so I can have a story to tell of saving $130 on something.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, that easy to remember address.
Write it down, y'all.
Go.factor75.com/Pat130.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
A Trump-backed gubernatorial candidate won last night, Tudor Dixon. I think he just endorsed her last week, right?
Yeah, so that's against Whitmer.
Yeah, she'll go up against Gretchen Whitmer.
Good.
In the general. That's good. Mm-hmm. Trump endorsed her last week. She defeated 4 male candidates in a race between little-known political newcomers.
Why do they have to put that in there?
Yeah, because it's the Associated Press. Uh-huh. She also had backing from the prominent Michigan Republican family of Betsy DeVos, who is, of course, Education Secretary in Trump's cabinet. Taking the stage at a victory party, Dixon pledged to fight for families who struggled through COVID-19 lockdowns that Whitmer imposed, of course, and who can't afford to put gas in their vehicles and pay their bills. She called the first-term governor the Queen of Lockdowns and recounted how her own grandmother died in a nursing home alone during the pandemic.
Yep. Isn't that wonderful?
Pretty compelling. Mm-hmm. Jeez.
And so many people can identify with that experience, too.
Oh, yeah. And you remember how nobody could even leave the city. They couldn't leave the place where they lived and go vacation somewhere, like up at the lakes, where many, many Michiganders have cabins and things.
Unless you were Gretchen Whitmer.
And then she did it. Mm-hmm. She stinking did it. Oh, I can. I didn't think you... Did you not understand that doesn't include me? I'm elite. You're not. You're nothing. Dixon said, frankly, Michigan, we deserve better. Now we have the opportunity to truly hold Gretchen Whitmer accountable for the pain she's inflicted on each and every one of us during the past 4 years.
Yep.
Oh, man, this would be great if she beat Whitmer. That would, I don't live in Michigan, so obviously I don't really have a dog in that fight, but I would love to see that happen.
Would be nice.
Jeez. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. This is some fun. Somebody sent us a video from above a rainbow.
Yeah, I just thought this was kind of cool.
I didn't know you could get above a rainbow.
I've never seen a rainbow from above. Look at that. That's what it looks like when you're down on the ground. That's what it would look like if you're up above.
That's really weird. Huh. It's kind of a circle. Look at that. Huh. That's really something.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the rainbow would end up in like a pot of gold, right?
Right.
I want to know where the gold is.
Thank you. See?
I want the gold.
I want the gold.
Give me the gold. I want the gold.
It's just a circle above the earth.
Yeah, and usually there's a leprechaun sitting in on a big, gigantic barrel full of gold.
I'm a little disappointed now.
Yeah.
It's just a circle. I mean, yay, cool video from above, but...
Whatever. You just destroyed our hopes and dreams of finding the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Gotta keep
Apparently there isn't an end since it's a circle.
Gotta play the lottery. Still.
Also from the Doctor of Common Sense 2, if men are from Mars... Little meme here. And women are from Venus. I assume those other genders were pulled out of Uranus.
If men are from Mars and women are from Venus, I assume those other genders were pulled out of Uranus. And rib shot time.
Ta-da!
That's a good meme.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
It's funny.
Yep.
See, because... they're not talking necessarily about it could be the planet.
Oh, yeah.
But it could be Uranus.
Wait, how many genders are up there?
I don't know. I think according to Facebook, there's 97. So that's a lot being pulled out of Uranus.
Yeah, there's another good meme there. Shows Jupiter, the planet that eats other planets. Looks oddly familiar.
Does. Looks like somebody who's coming up here in a few minutes to chew the fat.
Oh,
yeah! I just happened to notice a resemblance to Jeffy there.
So the planet Jupiter.
Yeah.
Look, it does look like Jeffy.
Isn't that weird? That's weird.
And they have that in common. They eat everything.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Also, NASA is denying alien life was discovered on Mars in the 1970s.
I love it. I love it.
They've refuted explosive claims from a former employee that the space agency found evidence of life on Mars in the 1970s. The collective general opinion of the large majority of the scientific community does not believe the results of the Viking experience or experiments alone rise to the level of extraordinary evidence.
Okay.
One of NASA's key goals is the search for life in the universe. Although we have yet to find signs of extraterrestrial life, NASA is exploring the solar system and beyond to help us understand fundamental questions, including whether we are alone in the universe or not. From studying water on Mars, probing promising oceans worlds such as Enceladus and Europa, to looking for biosignatures in the atmospheres of planets outside our solar system, NASA's science missions are working together with a goal to find unmistakable signs of life beyond Earth.
Again, this kind of goes back to your Pakistan thing. Like, who do you believe? The
Right.
federal government or Pakistan? Do you believe the federal government or this guy?
This guy.
Well, it's coded in the story there.
The steadfast denial comes just days after Gilbert Levin, who worked on the Viking missions to the Red Planet during the 1970s, published an op-ed that made it clear that he believes data from the labeled release, or LR, as those in the know call it,
Sure, of course.
in 1976 was supportive of finding life. On July 30th, 1976, the LR returned its initial results from Mars. I'm convinced we found evidence of life on Mars in the 1970s.
Oh.
Amazingly, they were positive. As the experiment progressed, a total of 4 positive results, supported by 5 varied controls, streamed down from the twin Viking spacecraft, landed some 4,000 miles apart. The LR, which was led by Levin, took samples of Martian soil that contained organic compounds and looked for carbon dioxide.
I love it.
Astonishingly, the results seemed to indicate that the carbon dioxide was being regenerated, possibly by microorganisms, just like it happens on Earth.
I like it.
So it's not like they found people, intelligent life, but they do. He does say they found, this bacteria or whatever. In the op-ed, Levin criticized the space agency for not following up on the LR findings.
Yeah, why not?
Even if NASA concluded that it found a substance mimicking life, but not life.
Oh.
Inexplicably, over the 43 years since Viking, none of NASA's subsequent Mars landers has carried a life detection instrument.
Now that's
Why
stupid.
would you not do that?
I mean, why are you even going there then?
What?
See?
Yeah, what's the point of it? Instead, the agency launched a series of missions to Mars to determine whether there was ever a habitable habitat suitable for life, and if so, eventually to bring samples to Earth for biological examination. Well, that's stupid.
Sure is.
Huh.
So why would they not? Especially if they were so close to...
It's another
Right.
freaking cover-up? How many do we have to endure? That is incredible. And why? Do they think we'd go nuts if they found bacteria on Mars? I don't think people would go crazy here on Earth. Oh, no, we can't have that. That destroys everything I've ever believed.
Okay, but what about in the 70s?
I don't think even then. I mean, what would be the big deal? Okay, that's cool. I wouldn't think it would be devastating to anybody. Would it?
No, and for them to say, to not even send back the probes, right, that can detect the life stuff.
Yeah, it shows like they're trying not to find life.
Right, because they just admitted that, well, it was kind of like it, but not really. Well, then go do more experiments.
Yeah, let's see how they put that again. It was, where did we see that? Oh, yeah, okay. They found a substance mimicking life, but not life.
It's all right, so let's get high-tech probes up there, and let's see exactly what we stumbled on. Nah.
You'd think you'd want to be sure. And let's see if that was mimicking, or was it actual life? Huh.
So again,
What
do you believe?
What are they hiding? And why? And that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
It makes it worse every time when you know that they're holding back information from us. And it looks suspicious. And I can't think of a reason you'd want to hide that. What would be the big deal? If they called it life on Mars when it's just bacteria, would that make it harder for them to deny that there's life in a mother's womb? That part of the problem? Maybe. Yeah, if you're going to call bacteria on Mars life, but you're not going to call a fetus life, that would be weird. That would be stupid. By the way, a pro-life teen was just assaulted and harassed while canvassing her neighborhood as a volunteer for a campaign. She was physically assaulted and harassed on Sunday while she was canvassing in Kansas for an upcoming ballot initiative concerning abortion. Because it's perfectly fine and acceptable and tolerant to punch or push or brutalize a teenager who is pro-life. That's perfectly fine because she disagrees with you, so that's okay. Grace Hartsock, an 18-year-old volunteer with Students for Life Action, says a woman inside one of the homes she canvassed chased her, shoved her in the chest, repeatedly punched her in the head, and cussed at her. So a police report has been filed. Is it the one where the neighbor lady is yelling, F you, and she's walking away across the street? Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I think it might be that one.
The only part of it that they captured was her screaming F you. Yeah. And so it's not worth playing, but... I
thought the same thing when I saw it.
It's unfathomable that the pro-choice movement claims to be pro-woman and yet attacks women who don't agree with their narrative. It's not surprising to me that a person who advocates for violence in the womb wouldn't hesitate to attack a pro-life woman like myself. That's a smart 18-year-old. In a blog post at SFL Action, Hartsock recalled stopping at a home where a woman politely told her, "No, I'm sorry, I don't think you want to talk to us." Before she turned away, the teen heard another voice from inside the house yelling expletives. "Don't apologize to her, Mom," yelled the woman, who is presumably the daughter of the person who answered the door. Yeah, if she called her mom, I think you're probably right. It does seem to indicate motherhood. When Hartsock went to leave, the woman yelling at her allegedly ran out the front door and began chasing the pro-life activist. This is just, you're nuts. You're crazy. Just let her leave. She was turning around to leave, but she had to go out there and assault her. The woman shoved Hartsock in the chest with both hands, began hitting her in the head with closed fists. Hartsock attempted to protect herself and leave while the resident's mother told her daughter to stop the violence. Hartsock told police that she made it down the driveway to get distance from the irate pro-abortion supporter. The daughter threw a piece of food that hit her in the face.
What in the world?
And she followed Hartsock down the street, screaming curses and phrases such as, "I hope you get raped."
Oh my gosh.
And "I hope you get run over by a car."
Oh.
That's how loving and sweet these people are.
Now, if this girl is standing in front of an abortion clinic or praying for the young women that are going inside the building, or hoping that there are laws in her state that would counsel women before they decide to terminate life, they're the haters.
Yes.
But the left has no problem. They're fine with this kind of...
This is perfectly acceptable, yeah.
What kind of food did she waste on an attack,
I don't.
though?
It doesn't say.
That's important to the story.
Does not say.
Like if it's,
But
healthy.
if you've seen the person, the Matt Gaetz thing kind of comes to mind.
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
Right. And again, that applies to that woman who chased this poor girl down the street, frankly.
Pat Gray.
Got a tweet here from Carl Smith. Nancy Pelosi praises Taiwan for being one of the freest societies in the world. Funny how she never talks like that about the U.S. From Vinyl Spinner JD. Whatever am I going to do without my crude tea? Polite tea sucks, and sophisticated tea leaves an aftertaste.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah,
How many people talk about that?
Not very many. DMX, I don't think we have enough signs of intelligent life on Earth to warrant a focus on intelligence elsewhere. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn. Tweets, I wonder if other planets have sent probes to Earth and reported back no intelligent life. It's all fake. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth.
Yeah.
Weird. Isn't it, though?
That is weird.
It's weird. All right. Weird. It is that time of the week again.
Speaking of weird.
It's chewing the fat.
Yeah.
After our fabulous musical interlude. It'll be time to chew the fat, whichever.
Stop with the Afghan, with the orangutan smoking.
Oh, yeah, there you are. I mean, there's the orangutan smoking.
Makes me want to have a cigarette every week.
Oh, no, you're going to break at some point, man. Boy, I missed this.
Okay.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Longest song of all time.
Now it's time to chew the fat.
So I just want to be sure that I have it right. So it's go dot
factor 75.
Yeah, you got it.
Dot com
/ Pat 130
/ Pat
and use the promo code Pat 130.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's go.
Yes. I mean, how many times do you have to be told this easy address?
Go dot factor 75.
Go dot
factor75.com / Pat 130.
And
Okay.
then do I still have to use the promo code?
I don't
Pat
know.
130.
It doesn't
if you want to save $130, yeah.
And doesn't it automatically generate?
I don't know.
Oh, gee. Here we go.
I don't know that. I haven't gone there yet because I couldn't remember the site. I'll get there in a moment.
That's a fair point.
So today, Paul Pelosi gets arraigned for his DUI charges. We'll see what happens to Paul if he ends up just paying a bunch of cash and take care of everyone, and it'll be good to go. That's his mugshot for those of you watching on Blaze TV. You know Paul Pelosi, the multimillionaire insider trader, Nancy Pelosi's hubby. Apparently, he had a drug in his system. He had slurred speech and tried to hand the police officers a special card when they came up to him. He was driving. He smashed into a 2014 Jeep with major collision damage around 10:17 at night. He said when the officer said, "I need your driver's license," he also handed him the 1199 Foundation card, which is a California Highway Patrol charity that supports officers and provides scholarships for children. So it's just his way of saying, "Hey, I've given a lot of money to you people. So how about you? Just remember that, okay?" So he allegedly exhibited all kinds of signs of impairment with the field sobriety test, and they observed objective signs and symptoms of alcohol intoxication, including red, watery eyes. So, I mean, he...
Wait.
I know. He blew like a 0.82 when they tested him with the breathalyzer. So I love
not the inhalator.
No, it was not.
They didn't test him with the inhalator.
Well, that was later.
Okay,
that was later.
All right.
Yeah, that was after they
Back
took
at
him
the station.
in. Both people, Paul and the John Doe in the Jeep, declined medical treatment. And I just wanted to tell you, this is a little chewing the fat fact for you. Never decline medical treatment after any kind of accident.
That is so good.
You want the paperwork, man. You have to have.
You have to show
paperwork.
that you were in pain from the minute of impact.
Yes.
Not I found out it was Pelosi.
Because now the guy decided that that was who?
Yeah.
Man, I've been suffering my arm and my shoulder and my neck, and I've been having headaches, and I've been really bad right now.
So bad. That's good stuff.
So you should have pulled that out the night of, bro. But he'll probably end up getting some cash from the Pelosi's, no doubt about that.
Or some stock tips.
Ooh, that's possible too. So he's been out on bail. He posted his $5,000 bond. So we'll see what happens today after the arraignment. If he just pays John Doe a bunch of cash, takes care of the medical bills, and buys him a new car, and we'll just move on. Go to a couple of promise you're not going to drink and drive anymore, and don't go to your girlfriend's house.
We don't know what drug.
No, we do not. They did not list what drug it was. So, I mean, his attorney, of course, is saying, that's just a boilerplate charge. They throw it on everyone because everyone has some kind of drug in their system. And so if you are over the limit, plus, they just tag on the drug. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see how much money it costs him. And it's going to cost him a lot. You can guarantee it. It's all just a matter of time. You're not alone if you felt like last Friday went by faster than usual. It was the shortest day since the planet's rotation began being measured with the atomic clocks in the 1960s.
Oh, wow.
Earth completed one spin 1.59 milliseconds shy of the typical 24 hours. I mean, it just flew by.
I felt like I got robbed that day. Dang it. Where'd my time go?
And it's gone. It's just
gone.
Yeah,
it's just gone.
Over. So the Earth's spin has actually been slowing down over time, causing days to get longer rather than shorter. I know that we've had consistently shorter days in the past few years, but overall, it's been slowing down, and the days are actually getting longer. I guess a billion years ago, they claimed the single day was like 19 hours. So we'll see. The United Nations International Telecommunication Union, who doesn't love the United Nations International Telecommunication Union, occasionally adds seconds to the world clock in June or December to make up for the longer days, and they did it back in 2016. They don't think they're probably not going to do it this December, but it's possible that it could happen again. There's a meeting next week of the Asia Oceania Geosciences Society, and I was a little disappointed that I wasn't invited, but I'd like to show up to the Asia Oceania Geosciences Society. A professor of mathematics, Leonid Zotov, is expected to suggest that the recent trend of shorter days could be explained by a phenomenon, and I don't have to tell you, Pat, known as the Chandler Wobble.
I was just going to mention the Chandler Wobble.
The Chandler Wobble.
Why didn't you?
Means a lot to me.
Why didn't you bring it up? Why'd you wait for the...
Well, this is for the audience.
I see.
First spotted in the late 1880s when astronomer Seth Carlo Chandler noticed the poles wobbled over a 14-month period.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So the normal amplitude of the Chandler Wobble is about 3 to 4 meters at Earth's surface.
Don't insult my intelligence.
Yeah. Again, for the audience, he's doing it for the audience.
But from 2017 to 2020, it disappeared. So now it's back. And this time, it's all just a matter of time. Hey, if you're looking for a new gig,
is that why some of the polar bears are drowning? Because of the wobble, the
Chandler Wobble.
The Chandler Wobble.
Mm-hmm. That's possible.
Because you can hear the polar bears once in a while.
You can. I mean,
Chandler Wobble got him again.
Someone said that they're saying Chandler Wobble in polar bear.
Chandler Wobble, store 1.5 milliseconds. Man, we should have acted sooner to save the polar bears if they can talk.
Right? Yeah.
Now I'm on board.
It's kind of how I feel.
I'm done about that. If you're looking for a new gig or maybe a second income, which I'm thinking about now, a Canadian company is looking for a work-from-home job as its chief candy officer. Candy Funhouse, an online retailer of confectionery treats from chocolate bars to gummies and licorice, claims the job pays about $78,000 a year. Duties include leading candy board meetings and being the head taste tester. So I'm in. I'm ready to go. Several thousand candidates have already applied for the position, which was posted on LinkedIn last month. And they said they were surprised with the number of golden ticket themed applications and elaborate family videos offering to share the tasting duties and salary. So the Candy Funhouse is based outside of Toronto, and you'll be working from home. So what does it matter where the company is based from, right? I mean, the company said the chief candy officer position is open to applicants as young as 5 years old, although, of course, parental permission would be required. And many parents have filmed their child filling out the application. I mean, let your kids work. I mean, that's not a bad deal. You get your kid a gig for $78,000 a year. That's a good deal. Right now, the company is prepping for Halloween, its biggest sales period last year. Perhaps Hershey could take a few notes. They said they've got 40% of their stock in so far. So
yeah, they said that was the reports on our conference call is exaggerated. We're fine. We got it. Halloween, it's fine. Remember how they were at first concerned about Halloween?
Concerned. Well, I mean, maybe they took some notes. I mean, I gave them some notes on chewing the fat of how to.
Did you? See, you're a helper. People don't realize
how to make
this.
that happen. how Hershey needed to make that happen. No problem. And I will say that while the company has been doing well, and they claim that they've got 40% in, their income is about $15 million a year right now, and so Hershey is
whose income is $15 million?
The candy company.
$15 million?
That's what they said they grossed.
You mean billion?
No, that's what I'm saying. The company it said $15 million last year.
Hershey's?
No.
Who?
The candy company.
What candy company?
Candy Funhouse.
Okay. Candy Funhouse.
The company we're talking about.
All right. Okay. And they're
Hershey's is about
million.
$9 billion.
Yeah.
Hershey's is about $9 billion. Yeah. So a little bit different.
Yes, a little bit.
A few more people buying Hershey's.
One or two.
Just a couple.
Maybe up to 4.
What are you going as Halloween this year, Jeffy?
I haven't decided. If there's not going to be any Hershey bars, I'm not doing anything.
Right?
I'm going to be.
What's the point?
Home sad.
Before you go any further, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust, because you need a good realtor right now. Good realtors are hard to come by. A lot of times you just use whoever shows up, or like a cousin knows somebody or whatever that dabbles in it part-time. You don't want that kind of situation. That arrangement doesn't work. In this environment, you really need somebody really good who knows what they're doing and has a great track record, great marketing plan. They're not just going to give you, tell you to have a full house or a open house every weekend, and so you got to keep your house immaculate and got to leave it. It's a hassle, and that's why you need the best working for you, so that you can sell your house quickly and for the most amount of money and with the least amount of hassle. The same goes true if you're buying a home. You might be doing both because you're relocating. You need great real estate agent support. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray.
And more Chewing the Fat with Jeffy.
Hey, congratulations to Tom Hardy. He was voted the hardest actor to understand by Americans. A new survey by Preply found that U.S. viewers have a harder time following along with the British actor's dialogue than any other star.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I will say, if you watch the Peaky Blinders, it's not just Tom Hardy on the Peaky Blinders, but Hardy plays, Alfie Solomons, and this is an example of Tom.
Nice little place you got here, Thomas. Who is it? Old foreclosure of a gambling debt from some poor young lord who you pumped full of opium in one of your casinos. Was that just tittle-tattle?
Yeah.
So not bad.
Yeah, okay.
You can get there.
I got that mostly.
Yeah, you can get there. No problem. I mean,
Tattoo.
him as Bane in Dark Knight was there were some moments there, and he really bad in Taboo. I love Taboo. Tom Hardy in Taboo was awesome. It was a great show. A lot of violence. Big guy. Too big guy for you.
Well, you have to be, 600-700 pounds to watch it?
Too big guy.
Is that what the deal is?
Yes. But others on the list, Schwarzenegger, of course, Jackie Chan. But Ozzy Osbourne did make the list. I think Ozzy should be number one. to be honest with you. I mean, I saw him making his Comic-Con debut at the latest San Diego Comic-Con a couple of weeks ago, and Tom Hardy's got nothing on Ozzy.
But I've heard so much about it, and I'm so involved with that beaming bones, you know what I mean? I'm attached to it, but I never knew what it was. Sharon mentioned it to me. I said, can we go and have a look? She said, yeah. So here I am.
That is unbelievable.
She said, yeah.
That is incredible.
You got it. You picked it up.
Wow. Yeah, you need subtitles with that.
That is awesome.
That's...
I was just saying, I think he should have been voted number one.
Yeah, for sure. That's a language nobody knows.
I mean, he's happy about being at San Diego Comic-Con.
You got some monkey again? I got me some garbage. What? Excuse me? What was that?
It's Aussie Ease, I think we call that.
Thought we'd give it a go. We'd be here. Happy to be here. Now, we all know that we have a water issue here on planet Earth, but it's been at least 10 years now since astronomers discovered the largest body of water known so far, the reservoir of water floating in space around an ancient quasar, holding 140 trillion times the mass of water in the Earth's ocean.
I've never heard of that.
So this is, of course, an artist's rendering of that very quasar. They're the most powerful.
It holds water?
The most powerful
like
known entities
water.
in space. That's what they claim. They pumping
no
out
way.
100.
I'm sorry, I don't believe it.
Okay.
I don't believe there's a space reservoir. Get out of here.
And the size of what? How many times the ocean? What is it?
They believe it's 140 trillion times the mass of water in the Earth's oceans.
Oh, man.
So it started. I mean, this study started back in 2008. This quasar study. I mean, of course, I'm sure you've heard of the APM 08279
don't
plus
insult my
5255.
Of course I've heard that.
And it's only 12 billion light years away.
Oh, that's really close.
Which
Sounds
is,
like in the same
1.6 billion light years farther from the Big Bang.
So I mean, a tanker out there.
I'm all
and bring
for
back
going to
some water.
Mars, but Elon. Let's go, bro.
Yeah,
we need
let's
some
go
water.
to the space reservoir.
Let's go.
Let's do that. Take a little dip in it, bring back some delicious drinking water.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Got some tweets here at Pat Unleashed. Medieval Meandering Miller tweets, can we possibly keep the Earth off kilter a bit longer so the days get shorter and shorter until Joey's out of office? Oh, yeah. That'd be great, wouldn't
That's
it?
That's a good idea.
Joe McKinley, Florida. Joe McKinley, FL. So a minor has to get parental permission to take a job as a candy taster, but not to get an abortion. Well, yeah, it's clearly candy taster is an important position that you can't take lightly, and the parents must know about it. I'm a licking butter tweets, so if I get pulled over and can't walk a straight line, can I blame the Chandler wobble?
Oh,
you can now.
You can try.
You can now. Yeah, the last few years you couldn't.
Dragon Swag 4. All I got from Ozzy in that rambling was something about taking a look and and from
you got it.
Vern Lundquist, easier to understand Ozzy's mumblings than Kamala's incoherent word salad.
No.
Or how about Biden's
that will enhance our underlying effort to accommodate the Russian oligarchs.
Accommodate them?
Make sure we take.
You mean hold accountable?
Take their ill-begotten gains.
Ill-begotten.
We're going to accommodate them.
We're going to accommodate.
We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy.
The worst. The worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kleptocracy. The guys who are the kleptocracies.
You know, when our foreign adversaries, such as Russia and China, see these embarrassing videos of Joe Biden, I wonder with the translation, are they getting the full effect of his bumbling?
Yeah,
incoherence.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure it's emboldened both Russia and China. I mean, come on. They have no respect for him, and that's why they're making all these threats. If it was Trump, there's no way they're making all these threats. There's no way they're sending, 2 aircraft carriers out into the ocean to be doing, I don't know, war games or whatever they're doing right now. Because Nancy Pelosi's in Taiwan. No way.
I do like the social media nickname in China that has been bantied about in the last 48 hours regarding Pelosi. They're referring to her as the Wicked Witch of the West. And I think
that's
that is
good.
very well done.
Yeah, that's good.
She's over there spreading goodwill.
Right.
Goodwill to our...
Did she pick up the check that she and Paul made on the stock market when she was in Taiwan off of the chips company? Or
I don't know if she got it there or not. But she's going to need some cash to pay off that DUI. So pick it up.
Yeah, Paul's DUI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Monica Lewinsky wants Beyonce's lyrics about her now to be taken off a song after the singer announced that she would be removing an offensive song lyric from her recent album.
Yeah, good.
Yep, she opened up the floodgates.
That's right. She bent the knee.
Yep.
Good. Change it all. This is your fault, Beyonce. You're the one that bent the knee and wanted to change. You had an opportunity. The queen, the queen bee, had an opportunity to say, you know what? No, it's just a song.
Art.
It doesn't mean any. It doesn't mean what you think it means. And even if you think it means that, so
right.
Sorry,
I know.
Don't listen to my song. Nope. Bent the knee. So this is what you get.
The 28-time Grammy Award winner. She's won 28 Grammys? What? You know how many Grammys the Beatles won? It's either none or one.
Honestly, I don't know.
28? Wow. And, of course, you got criticism for the use of an ableist term on the song Heated. Yeah, they won't even print what it is, but it was spaz.
Spaz.
And it didn't mean, it wasn't a slam against people who have cerebral palsy. It's like you're freaking out. That's what it was. Right? That's all it meant, is that you were freaking out on somebody's ass, I think she was saying. I don't know really what that involves, and I don't want to know.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't want to know what
Jeffy's
that involves.
Happy to explain it to you.
But following the massive backlash, the Break My Soul Singers team confirmed that the word on the track that caused the uproar would be taken off. So, I mean, Monica Lewinsky, why not?
Yes, absolutely.
Why not insist that it be taken off her song? Lewinsky has taken it upon herself to join the conversation and ask Beyonce to get rid of the lyrics made about her in the 2014 song Partition. For those who aren't aware, Lewinsky made headlines worldwide after she had an affair with Bill Clinton.
Oh, no.
You're kidding. No.
Wait, that
Come
happened?
on now.
Bill Clinton had an affair?
Yeah.
No.
Isn't that weird?
On,
I guess he did.
He was spazzing on that.
Was he?
Yes, he was.
Close.
Yes,
you were close.
Okay. Beyonce referenced that incident in Partition and sings, "He popped all my buttons."
Oh, no. Here we go.
And he ripped my blouse.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He Monica Lewinsky
Okay.
all on my gown. Okay, so.
Change it.
I mean, that's way worse than just saying spaz.
I know.
How do you get away with that? If you're going to change lyrics.
Correct.
Because people are offended, you've got to change that lyric.
Then I think every song has been written in the hip-hop world for the last 3 decades.
Well, yeah.
Needs a rewrite.
Yeah. Jeez.
I'm offended by the N-word. Let's go and edit that out of everything, please.
But, of course, Bill did say, "I did not have sex with that woman, Ms. Lewinsky. Not once. I told no one to lie." Okay, yes, I did. I had sex with her multiple times, and I told everybody to lie. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. If she just completely ignores this, which is what I guess she'll probably do. I mean, it's out there now for 8 years. What are you going to do with it? I guess you could go back and change it, but everybody's got the song the other way anyway. I mean, anybody who wants that song probably already has it, right? It's been 8 years.
Right.
It's been 8 years.
But if you're on streaming services, you can change history. Just,
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You never really own it anymore.
Wow. Wonder what Hillary would say about it.
I am sick and tired of people who say that if if you debate and you disagree with this administration, somehow you're not patriotic, and we should stand up and say, we have a right to debate and disagree
Oh, man, do I miss her.
Oh, man, who doesn't? I wish we could go back and change all of that so that they never even make it into the public eye. Wouldn't that be great? But, of course, we can't.
No, we can't.
So. How pathetic is this, though, from KJP? She had a little chart with gas prices.
This is cute, right?
This is good. Yeah, gas prices are down 81 cents.
Oh, heck yeah.
They're plummeting, and now they're trumpeting that fact. Look at
You
that.
aren't lying. Between that chart, go ahead with that chart, and I'll tell you what the White House tweeted just yesterday.
All right. Well, okay, this chart shows they're down 81% now.
Or 81
I mean,
cents.
81 cents. I wish it were down 81%.
So over
That'd be
$5
great.
a gallon to now we're at whatever it is,
$4.16. $4.16.
And they're like, look at us, yeah,
taking
thanks, Putin.
all the credit now when they took none of the blame.
At
Can't
POTUS,
do that.
At POTUS yesterday. The current drop in gas prices continues to be the fastest decline in over a decade. 83 cents down and counting since mid-June.
And it's all them.
It's got to go up
It's
to come
all
down, you
them.
dummies.
Idiots.
Unbelievable.
And how many people will see that and go, yeah,
Right.
it has been going down. Thank you, President.
Well, that's why they keep doing it. That's
Yeah.
why they keep taking credit and refusing any blame. Because there's going to be Democrats who think, yeah, they have brought down the gas prices. They're really good now. $4.16 a gallon. That's great. No, it's not.
It's
And
under $3.50 in my neck of the woods, so.
is it?
Yeah.
$3.50?
Under
Okay, that's still
$3.50
way too
under,
high.
Under $3.50 for a regular, yeah.
It was $2.25 when Trump left office. $2.25 a gallon. Come on, we got to get it way down. It's still almost twice as much as it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm not having this. Or we brought it down 83 cents. Shut up.
Fastest decline ever.
Get back to me when it's $2 a gallon. All right? Get back to me then. Germany's biggest cities are limiting water now and heat while preparing for the energy crisis because of Russian gas shortages that they
Third
expect.
worldification of the West.
Yeah, somebody mentioned, hey, Germany, you might want to stop your dependence on Russian oil. I mean, who knows what could happen? And they laughed.
Nobody could have
Warned
foreseen
him
that.
4 years ago. Donald Trump. Let's see this.
Germany will become totally dependent on Russian energy if it does not immediately change course.
Yep.
Here in the Western Hemisphere, we are committed to maintaining our independence from the encroachment of expansionist foreign
Look at them
powers.
laugh it up in Germany.
That's great.
Enjoy
Yeah.
your cold showers, boys.
What do you think now, douchebags?
I mean, how far we've come in such a short period of time.
Yeah, right.
The entire planet.
That's amazing, though. Show a still shot, if you can, of those douche canoes
I know.
from Germany laughing it up while Trump is trying to warn them. Hey, look, you're going to be sorry. If you become totally dependent on Russia, that's not going to work out well. And there they are. They're all, this guy.
Yeah.
Jawohl.
No heat in my apartment.
This guy talking out his ass. Can you believe it?
Yeah. I hope they've got some warm clothes for the winter. Those fellas.
Yep.
It doesn't get cold in Germany, does it?
No, I'm sure not.
No.
I'm
Good
sure
point.
not. That's so. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Also, Taylor Swift can't stop emitting CO2 with her private plane, and the internet kind of making fun of her over it. Now, this is a woman who wants to have it both ways.
She sure does.
And
do.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
You can't.
Absolutely.
So their excuse was, I mean, she uses, what was it? It was like...
enough for 16 years or something?
1,000 times more CO2 than the average human uses. She uses because of her jet travel. And then her people responded that, no, that's mostly not Taylor. She loans her jet out to others.
She's just that nice.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, even so, it's your jet.
Yeah.
People are using it.
You're responsible.
Right. 8,293 metric tons of CO2 have come from her 178 trips or whatever it is. Amazing.
And, good for her.
I mean,
I wish I had a jet.
I'd love to have a private
Me
jet.
too.
Very expensive.
Me too.
The initial outlay is only part of it because
correct.
You pay the $50 million to buy the G5 or $550 or whatever they're up to now, and then the maintenance and the jet fuel and all
personnel.
Of that. It's like $1 million a month for that. No, thank you.
But so you're paying that, and then now you want me to worry about my CO2 output? Yeah. No, thank you.
No.
Not doing that.
I really thought what she would argue was that, the commercial jets can't get me to my my tour sites the way I need to. I have to take the private jet. But they didn't even go there. They didn't even try that. No, it's not us. Wait, it's her jet. What do you mean it's not you?
I don't even use it.
Oh, I loan it out. Okay. So it couldn't happen to a better
you
singer.
had mentioned a little band. What were they? The Beatles earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Some band. They're no Taylor Swift, who has won 11 Grammys, to Beyonce's how many?
28.
The Beatles have 4.
Oh, they did win 4.
No, so quit your whining.
Best New Artist, 1964.
Okay.
Best Performance by a Vocal Group, 1964, A Hard Day's Night. Best Contemporary Album, 1967, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which also won them Album of the Year, 1967.
Okay. All right. Wow. So 4.
But still that's pathetic.
It's more than one that I thought it was.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it really dampened your argument too much because I just pointed out Taylor
it's still
Swift wins
1/7 of Beyonce.
Right. Yeah. That's my point. It's
crazy. I mean, the world's upside down.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no getting around it. The world is upside down. Let me tell you about Blaze Socks. This will help you right the world. Blaze Patriotic Socks are back. End of last year, we released a limited supply of a Let's Go Brandon sock line, so you could wear your patriotism wherever you wanted to. They're comfortable, stylish. Best of all, they're worth a laugh. And you begged and pleaded for us to bring them back, and we have. So there's 2 sock packages now. And stylish drink covers to keep your beverages cool and patriotic. If you can't decide which sock package, remember, this is America. You can get both if you want.
Nice.
100% American-made. These are great. So go to, for Blaze TV subscribers, go to use a promo code BlazeSub and get 20% off your purchase. That code is only available to Blaze TV subscribers. BlazeSub for 20% off. Go to blazetv.com and check them out.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Pat Gray.
Yeah. 888-900-3393. Let's go to Justin in Florida. Hey, Justin, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, guys. Bingo.
Indeed.
Nice.
Right. Where'd your bingo happen?
It happened in the second column.
All right.
And it started with China.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had sick and tired of people who say that if you disagree.
Okay.
Then we had spies, soldiers, attachés, and hairdressers.
Yep, the good on the American thing. Mm-hmm.
And we had the Tom Brokaw voice.
All right.
And we had, how's your day going so far?
All right. Nice job, Justin. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And enjoy that $30 worth of merch.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate your listening. 888-900-3393. You might notice that this is a second consecutive week where we've had bingo in the second row headed down.
Controversy.
Something fishy going on in the world of our bingo.
You can't trust anything anymore.
You can't. You cannot.
So what are you alleging there?
I don't know.
The
There's just something
down?
fishy. There's something fishy about the second row down.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I mean, whose name's on the wall, Pat? You often tell us this.
I fear it's mine, but
Way
there's
too often.
there's shadowy things going on in the background here somewhere.
So you take responsibility for any
No,
kind
of course not. It's a Putin sort of second row going down situation.
Oh, that's catchy. Write that one down. It's a Putin second row going down situation. Send that one that's a talking point KJP needs.
A damn Putin and his war.
On bingo.
So
it's affecting everything.
It is.
It's the Putin Pat Gray bingo conspiracy.
So who knows? Now, if it happens again next week, you know something's
then we're
up.
onto something. Yeah.
You know something's radically wrong. Meanwhile, look at what's happening in New Zealand with cow farts. Apparently, they're releasing some methane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With a population of just 5 million, New Zealand's carbon footprint is relatively small. Its hoof print, however, is through the roof. And now, in a world first, New Zealand farmers will have to pay a tax for every one of the methane-emitting 10 million cattle and 26 million sheep that roam the scenic countryside.
Okay.
The farmers will be able to mitigate their tax burden if they lower emissions by modernizing their operations. Where the program could fail is if farmers pick up and move their operations to another country.
When you shut down farms and they go someplace else, then that doesn't mean that the demand for these products that these farms used to produce all of a sudden ceases to exist. The demand is still there and will be satisfied by somebody else elsewhere in the world. And that means that emissions will simply shift from one place to another.
There you go. Other countries
are
going to step up and say, "Yeah, we'll take your agriculture."
Are the dairy farmers going to pick up and load up a ship and move to another country?
That's exactly.
Is that going to happen?
No, it's not.
No, it's not
Big
going to
old
happen.
ship full of cows.
All right, head them out. Move them out. We're moving to Italy. Let's go. Stop it.
But that right there,
kind of a stupid story, really.
It's another country that is taking their marching orders from the World Economic Forum on how to destroy farming life.
Incredible.
Well, she's doing, what's her face is doing a great job on destroying that country. So
who?
The
Jacinda,
Prime Minister or whatever her name is, or whatever her title is there in New Zealand.
Frighteningly bad.
Yeah.
Frightening. Did they say there were 10 million cattle? So they outnumber people by 2 to 1 there in New Zealand?
Why don't the cows take over?
Yeah, I'll bet they're plotting that right now. I'll bet they're plotting it. So you can hear them right now in the background.
That's what
that is a topic of real conversation. We're taxing your cows' burps and farts. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't think that was a cow. I could be wrong.
He could be. I don't know. I don't want to investigate, to tell you the truth. Also, somebody sent us this video. Speaking of methane, it's a cool video, but it's hard to believe you can do this. Watch them light the methane that's bubbling up on fire and burn it off.
This tweet points out that 20% of the world's methane comes from lakes.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we going to start taxing lakes now? I mean, don't give them ideas.
Look at that.
Oh, your town has a lake. That emits 20% of the world's methane.
That is really cool.
That is cool.
I didn't know that could happen.
Science experiment or something.
Yeah. But there it is. There you have it. That's what's happening in our world right now. So if you couldn't burn off the methane, then all of that methane would then take over the lakes and rivers and streams. It would eventually come onshore and eat up the land.
So people have to just periodically go and light it on fire to burn it off real quick before it takes over?
Yes.
That's that's happening?
Don't tell the cows that.
Uh-huh.
When you drive by those dairy farms, the cows will be out there lighting fire.
I could see that happening, Jeffy.
My
could
turn.
see that happening.
My turn.
We've been talking about these thermostats in your house that the power company has been, controlling from afar when it gets hot.
Kind enough to
if you've signed up for their special stupid program.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll send somebody out to install them, won't they? Won't they send somebody out?
Well, I'm just talking about just reaching in and changing your temperature in your house,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've got to have the...
you're saying
you have to have the
correct thermostat. Yeah.
You have to have the smart thermostat for that to happen, so they'd be happy to come out and install them for you.
Let's get it out there for you.
No extra charge. We'll put those in.
Well, we had a listener send us a tweet here of something they received in the mail, I think from Michigan, a little postcard saying, hey, you should actually do our smart outlets too.
Oh my gosh.
We can come and give you these smart outlets.
Make a small change, create a big difference with the this is for the outlets. And I can't read that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, so you get down here to number 4, and it says, if you do sign up for this stupid-ass program, outlets will automatically turn off your devices on energy savings event days.
Guess what? No, thank you.
You don't
Well,
touch.
they're doing that anyway.
No, thanks.
I mean, yeah, they're doing that anyway.
They're doing what? They're turning off our outlets?
Yeah, I mean,
no, they're not.
These are special outlets that they can control from afar.
With the smart meters, they are.
Yeah, the thermostats, they are.
Yeah, the
That's
thermostats,
what I was talking
but they're not
about
turning
a moment
off
ago.
outlets.
Well, no, but they have the smart meters outside your home
Yes.
from the power companies that will shut everything down.
Correct.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they'll do the rolling blackouts. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and they also give you time. There's amount of times that they randomly shut stuff off,
Which
at your house
sucks.
all the way. Yes,
Yeah. That's no. How about?
I think that was the overall thing. No.
Pat Gray.
Making the apocalypse fun since 2017. It's Pat Gray Unleashed on The Blaze.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Do we have the Ryan Reynolds A&W commercial? Because it's really cool. Ryan Reynolds is doing I mean, he's been doing a lot of commercials lately, but now I guess he's doing one for A&W. Here it is.
How do you want my hands? Ryan Reynolds, actor, producer, creative director. Gin Slinger, soccer team owner. Mobile network mogul. Mobile network mogul is killing me. Cell phone company tycoon. And 2010 People Magazine's sexiest man alive. Whatever. Save some headlines for the rest of us, Deadpool. And Wilder. Hey, hair tips. Hair tips even a thing? Hey, hair gel. How about you save some headlines for the rest of us? Like me, the new Ryan Reynolds. I'm advertising's fresh-faced golden boy. I'll say anything you want for a fraction of the price of the old Ryan Reynolds.
Nice.
For example, I'll say that National Root Beer Float Day is almost here. And this year, A&W is taking the money that they saved by hiring me instead of the other guy and giving everyone who signs up for their mug club a free root beer float. No purchase necessary. Just a suggested donation to our friends at DAV. See? It's cheap, easy, effective marketing. We're going to call that the minimum effort.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Saturday
That's
is National Root
August
Beer Float
6th.
Day. And so you can go to, rootbeerfloatday.com or andwrestaurants.com and sign up for their mug club. And then you get a free root beer float.
You know, the Marriott's, the Marriott hotel people, they are also responsible for A&W root beer. Invented it. Delicious A&W root beer. Oh, my gosh.
I'd
I
go
love
there
it.
forever.
I love it.
Jeffy's doing spots for
I
A&W,
would be up for that gig.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would love that. That would be fantastic.
Hold on. Keep that shot up there, Rob.
I haven't changed my name to Ryan Reynolds.
No, but you could do Jeff Fisher, the former head coach of the Tennessee Titans.
So, Jeffy, it's obvious that you're taking money out of the box that helps veterans.
Well, let's be clear. It's not supposed to be a free root beer float, right? You're supposed to donate money to disabled.
So why are you taking
veterans.
money out of the box?
That's a good question. Good question.
Don't believe everything you see.
Okay.
All right. I would never do that.
No, of course not.
And get photographed doing it.
Our local ABC affiliate, Channel 8, has a chief meteorologist, Pete Delkus.
Yeah.
I like Pete.
Who just tweeted out some pretty interesting stats.
Yeah, because this has been a very hot summer in Texas.
I mean,
right?
it's miserably
We complain
hot.
every day.
Miserably hot. I mean, from a lot of times, we've had 109, 110 degrees, 105, 104. I mean, it's nasty every day.
Yeah.
It's really unpleasant. But it's been less humid, so.
And now you're starting to hear, companies talk about how extreme heat, they're having to do these separate things. Like we're in a climate emergency, Pat.
So because of that climate emergency, where do we stand? This must be the hottest
ever,
the hottest summer ever in Dallas, Texas. It's not even top 10. Not even top 10.
Wow.
The greatest annual number of days for 100 plus degrees. is it's 2011. 2011,
Yeah.
they had 71 days.
Yeah,
that was the summer before we got here.
Yeah, we were cranking.
Miserable.
I was here then though because we came down and it was that's when I
Yeah,
saw
for a
them
day or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they were just cranking that summer.
So number 1 is 2011 with 71 days. 1980, number 2 at 69. 1998, 56, and so on.
Yeah,
down to number 10 at 38 days in 1963.
Yeah, so I don't know where we're at right now, but
we're under that.
Right. So we had the next 31 or whatever.
Now, every day in August so far, well, there's been 2. Now this is the 3rd.
But every day in August, that's a
has
fact.
been over 100. So global warming. Now, the greatest consecutive days of 100 degrees is 42 back in 1980, 40 in 2011, 29 in 1998, and so on, down to a tie for 10th, or a tie for 9th with
So we didn't
18.
even go 18 straight days.
So far, apparently not.
Okay.
I thought we would have surpassed that.
Me too.
Wouldn't you?
I feel like we have.
I think they might have had a 99 in there somewhere that just kind of broke the streak. All right, what's the next chart?
Greatest number of days in a month, which is 31. So every day in July of 1980, it was over 100. Jeez, every day. Then 30 in July of 2011, 28 in August of 2011.
Where's 2022? I feel like it should be on every chart.
And it's not on any of the charts yet.
Amazing.
I mean, it still could make the chart, but it's not going to be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But August isn't over, so we're gonna get close. I would imagine that we'd get close to the top 10. But so much for the global warming. It's getting hotter every year. Blah, 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 blah. And by the way, why hasn't every year since 2011 been hotter than 2011?
Mm-hmm.
If we're in such dire straits with this catastrophic global warming, we should have the hottest summer every single year.
Yeah.
And we just don't. So, don't confuse weather with climate. Climate happens over decades or longer. Really? Then why do you always mention heat waves in reference to global warming? Why?
Let's see here. Hang on. I was just looking up, how does July 2022 rank in Dallas? And here's the headline from the Dallas Morning News. Keep in mind, this story is dated August 1st, okay? So July's done.
So 2 days ago.
All right. July's done. In the Dallas Morning News, a far-left newspaper, it says, July 2022 set records in Dallas-Fort Worth. Expect the heat wave to continue. This year is already close to being in the top 10 for days reaching 100 degrees.
What?
We're already close?
Already close.
So
we're 2/3 of the way there.
Well, no. So we're there. So we're not even in the top 10 yet, but we're already close there.
And it's record setting.
It's record
somehow.
setting. Yeah.
Huh.
They're pushing it, man. They want it.
Of course.
So here we go.
Yeah,
Here
of course.
is, let's see here. And maybe we will. I mean, the forecast sucks coming up. I got it.
I heard that we could get to 100 every day from now until the end of summer, and it would only be third hottest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that was a few weeks ago here.
Yeah.
So we're at, so remember that cutoff at 38? We're at 36 right now.
Okay.
And obviously we saw the record was 71.
So 36 days have been at 100 or more.
Yeah. Yeah. So the highest,
Seems
the
worse
most
than that,
is
doesn't it?
71.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Seems like every minute of every day has been over 100.
How many? Now I know. Do you have all the temps in front of you each day?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I
because
don't.
I'd like to know.
Yeah. Okay, I do actually.
Okay.
For July.
How many 99s?
I don't know, but the only 4 days where July didn't hit 100, July 1, 2, 14, and 15.
Huh.
Okay.
All right.
So, but as it's showed on the chart there, we've got days of 71. Or summers of 71, 100-degree days, 69, 56, 52. Anyhow, we're sitting at 36, and like you just said, let's just say we
can
get
only
31.
get as high as third.
Then we would get, yeah.
Yeah. So stick it. Stick your global warming.
That's your why.
Where the CO2 doesn't
In
shine.
one of those years, it was 1954. I'd like to point out one of the hottest years.
Okay.
To your point, it's not been between 2011 and now.
Right. And why not? It should be.
In fact,
you'd think so.
In fact, forget about 2022.
Uh-huh.
Just look at this. It's been trending down. That spike is 2011. That's the hottest.
Oh.
So here's...
Wow.
Okay, cool. There's...
it trends way down.
20... what did I say? 2011?
Yeah,
So there's 12, 13. Woo! Look at 14 and 15. Really chilly.
Jeez.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay, come on. Come on now.
It's called weather.
Yeah. Right. It's called summer. It's called summer in Texas when the sun is 38 miles away from the state.
Right. Hello.
It's bound to be hot.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, there's the problem right there on the screen.
Uh-huh.
You can see.
Right there. Right there.
Okay. But the World Economic Forum says no more private cars. You guys got to stop. You plebes got to stop driving your private vehicles. You got to carpool everywhere. This is the new world order telling us how to live while they jet set everywhere to Davos.
Yeah, they're not talking private jets. They're talking private vehicles?
Yeah.
Screw you.
Stop it. These guys are out of their minds. This transition from fossil fuels to renewables will need large supplies of critical metals such as cobalt, lithium, nickel, to name a few. The forum said in a report earlier this month, shortages of these critical minerals could raise the cost of clean energy technologies. So they're talking obviously about electric vehicles, right? But even then, they don't want you to own one. Huh.
You could just find a buddy that has a similar schedule and similar route than you, and
just just bum a ride with him every time.
Third worldification.
Jeez. Recycling initiatives are in place. Mineral mining is expected to increase by 500% by 2050. More sharing can reduce ownership of idle equipment and thus material usage.
No.
Just 4% of the time we can use vehicles.
Yeah,
private
this
vehicles.
is why America is the number one threat in the world, because we value our freedom and our ability to do what we want when we want.
And the rest of the world hates it. They can't stand the fact.
These guys do.
Yeah, they do.
The regular people aspire to come over here and have our kind of lifestyle. Here's what we're after, though, in our atmosphere. Here's our composition here. You've got the blue is the nitrogen, the red is the oxygen, and then you see these little slivers of argon, carbon dioxide. That yellow sliver right there, that very thin piece of yellow right there, Rob, you're excellent, is minute traces of neon, helium, water vapor, krypton, hydrogen, xenon, ozone, and methane. That is what we are taxing in places like New Zealand.
Crazy.
The traces
it's just crazy.
Of methane. It's all about changing your quality of life for the worse.
Yep. Don't let them do it. Let me tell you about Moink. Moink is Moo plus Oink. And it is beef and pork that you are going to love. Do you know that 60% of U.S. pork production comes from one company owned by the Chinese? And their hogs are given something called ractopamine.
I don't like the way it tastes.
Well, it's banned in 160 countries, including China, but shows up in our grocery store every day. Moink delivers grass-fed and grass-finished beef and lamb, pastured pork and chicken, and sustainable wild-caught Alaskan salmon straight to your door.
Oh, yeah, and didn't Racco, Pathead, didn't he send us a tweet of his with the Moink box stuff? Do we look at that, man? Look at that. He
Look at that.
Made us some bratwurst. Send it over.
Delicious. That's great.
I don't know if when he called, he said, oink, oink, you got moinked. But
well, they guarantee you'll say it.
Oh,
they
you'll say it.
guarantee you'll say
you'll
oink,
say it.
oink. I'm just so happy I got moinked.
I got moinked, yeah. You'll say it.
You'll say it.
Because when you open it up and you see that bacon,
It's that good.
Awesome.
And not only that, but you can keep American farming going by signing up at moinkbox.com/unleashed right now. And listeners to this show get free filet mignon for a year. That's enough to have you say oink, oink. I'm just so happy I got moinked.
That's right. Thank you.
So that's 1 year of the best filet mignon you'll ever taste, just for a limited time now. So order this quickly. It's spelled MOINK. Moinkbox.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Some tweets here. Sir Nasty tweets, next thing you know, they'll be reporting on the Great Space Reservoir Garbage Patch. And Trudeau will be out there promoting his weird boxed idiot water again.
I mean, we do need some space trash pickup, though. I mean, we need to get that needs to happen.
They've already discovered some trash on, was it Mars, right?
Yeah.
Mars
it came off the road.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of, dead satellites orbiting the globe. We need trash pickup. And I don't care. I don't know what families we need to get together and create to get the trash picked up in space.
A nice little power bump here.
We did. It was
We're
awesome.
Still on the air?
I think we're on the air on Blaze Radio.
Yeah. Awesome.
But
All right.
I don't know that we're on the air on Blaze Television.
Okay.
I'm sure they've been doing some remodeling in the kitchen. Maybe somebody put in one of those.
Something, yeah.
Maybe they put in one of those power company plugs, and that's shut down.
Maybe. Jeffy's Nervous Lawn Chair tweets, if you removed all the offensive lyrics from hip-hop, it would just be instrumentals.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Sarah tweets, Grammys being handed out like candy now shows how much standards have changed over the years. There aren't any now. Proud Mr. Graybeard, the Grammys, just like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Hall of Lame, he wrote, and then fame, have lost all value. So the number that Beyonce has is irrelevant. Red State Comedy.
Sold a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but ick. Do you like her music?
You can't tear me away from Queen Bee's
Really?
music. Yeah.
Really? Can't tear you away from it.
Well, there's reasons why you can't tear Jeffy away from fill in the blank.
Right. Well, he's stuck between the moon and New York City, so makes it difficult to tear him from anything. Red State Comedy tweets, if we have 2 weeks in a row with the second row going down,
on bingo.
Are we in a recession on the bingo card?
Oh, a bingo recession.
Wow, that's a good question.
So, because it's happened.
Good question.
Are we changing the definition of bingo recession now? We have just the 3 weeks left of Pat Gray Bingo.
3 weeks?
Yeah, and then there's a couple-week gap there before more on trivia begins.
Wow.
So there you go.
What will we do with those 2 weeks?
Oh,
what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Whatever we want.
I don't know, but
well, the manager's away.
Oh, by the way, on overtime today, I think this is part 3 of.
Oh, we're gonna do some
awesome. The audio thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. So part 3. Don't miss it. BLM activist Sean King.
You know him, you love him.
The white-black guy. Used donor cash. This is great. Used BLM donor cash to purchase a $40,000 dog to guard him with.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, I think so. If you're using the cash that people are giving you to support your cause and you use it on a dog, yeah, I'd say so.
For your safety, right?
Right. Yeah, for his safety, because I'm sure his life is in peril.
He gets threatened all the time.
All times, I am sure. Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, it seems like an expensive dog.
And here's the thing. He's not black.
Here's the thing, y'all.
So,
what does that have to do with the dog?
Everything?
I think Pat's just reminding us.
Okay.
That,
Oh, okay.
The guy's a liar.
Yeah. And a fraud.
That's just all
he's a fraud.
That's his thing.
That is his thing.
Okay, so King's PAC, Grassroots Law, handed over the summit a pair of payments to Potrero Performance Dogs in California.
Love Potrero.
That's where you go for all your adoptions.
Yeah.
The PAC paid $10,000 in December and then followed up with $30,650 in February.
Wow.
So over $40,000.
That's a heck of a dog.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're highly trained. It's like Glenn's, Victor and Uno.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, they're highly trained like that, and they're not cheap.
And that's what Sean King needs.
That's what he needs, because I'm sure he gets death threats up the wazoo. And if you've ever had death threats up your wazoo, you know how painful that can be.
No doubt about
Especially when it goes in.
You're willing to pay anything for a dog that can keep them out of your wazoo.
Yes, indeed. But such a fraud, such a liar, and a cheat. It makes me ill that people still go for this. What was the thing he got? 650. Okay, so Sean King received over $650,000 from Carrie Tuna. I'm sorry, Carrie Tuna, the wife of a co-founder of Facebook, in a bid to reshape the criminal justice system. So Sean King is reshaping the criminal justice system?
He's trying.
He's trying. Okay.
As a white black man.
Yeah, as a white black man.
Wait.
He's trying to reshape the criminal justice system.
Okay.
To better.
All right.
Can we rewind for just 1 sec here? Her last name is Tuna?
Tuna.
Carrie
Tuna. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got a problem with that?
I was just making sure I heard correctly.
Yeah, you did.
And I did find Carrie Tuna Open Philanthropy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
wow.
There you go.
And she gave $650,000 to Sean King. I'm sure that was well spent. Money well spent.
She's got money from the Starkist family.
I see. They bought the rights to her name?
Yes.
Wow, that's a way to do it.
Well, ask any tuna you happen to see. What's the best chicken? Tuna of the sea.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Of the sea.
I think I mixed that up a little
You
bit.
did. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I thought you got the Charlie Tuna from.
So Deshaun Watson got suspended for 6 days. I don't think we've talked about this yet, have we? 6 games. He got a 6-game suspension. The NFL wanted to suspend him for the full year.
Yeah.
But they had an arbitrator
find him a lot more money.
Judge Sue L. Robinson issued her decision with a written ruling that mentions a certain piece of evidence 9 times in 16 pages, and that is the towel that he used during the massages. I guess a lot of people use a sheet. He preferred a towel.
Yeah, he did.
And
a small towel.
Yeah, a teeny little towel to cover him, his private parts.
It was a teeny little towel.
A teeny little towel.
To cover?
Yeah. And I guess that's part of the issue, right? Because, I mean, don't the masseuses bring their own stuff that they can put over you?
Sometimes.
If they want to?
Sometimes.
Oh, no. Yeah. Tell us all about it, Jeffy.
Business.
No, see, that's why Deshaun's
in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
see? Most of these guys, I think there's only one case left, right? That's not settled.
Yeah, 23 of 24 he settled.
And the NFL, I think, has until today was the final day that they could appeal it. Yeah,
so
I don't think they're
in
going
the judge's
to.
ruling, she put, I think this is what the NFL's focused on. Mr. Watson's pattern of conduct is more egregious than any before reviewed by the NFL.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She says, let's see, recognizing discipline. She says.
Then why did she only give him six games?
Yeah, and she says, I believe it appropriate for Mr. Watson to limit his massage therapy to club-directed sessions and club-approved massage therapists for the duration of his career, and so impose this mandate as a condition of his reinstatement. She said Mr. Watson is to have no adverse involvement with law enforcement and must not commit any additional violations of the policy. But yeah, that towel trick, as they're calling it, this one trick, apparently just came up in session after session after session. It was a common thread among many of the masseuses that he would position it.
And then he would expose himself, if you will.
He'd make it so that they have to.
So during the massage, the towel would fall off. Oh, hell.
Of
Judge
course.
Jeff Fisher,
what a surprise!
weighing in.
What a surprise!
That
you take his side on that. What a surprise!
The man needed a massage.
Right.
What do you want?
I don't want anything.
The NFL went with this arbitrator, right? The judge, because
they may or may not.
We'll
see.
That's
6 games.
Part of the
he
union.
Got 6
yeah,
games.
That's part of their union deal, and I think they probably will just live with it
I think
for
they
now.
will. I think
if he had only just bet on games, then he would have gotten a full 17, but only the 6.
And not on his own team. You're talking about
Calvin Ridley of the
Calvin
Falcons.
Ridley. Unbelievable.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.